What's going on YouTube? It's your buddy Will from the What's Up in the Sky 37 channel. We're online at www.whatsupinthesky.com, and you are looking at this is a Curiosity rover picture that came down from let's see, this was Sol 664, which shows a couple things, some really interesting things, and we won't go over too long, but this is what I wanted to show you on here. There's two main anomalies. This is what I think happened to a lot of this place. This just shows how these rocks broke up and then were either whatever cataclysm happened, easily were distributed like Uncle Jake's junkyard across the whole planet, at least on the Gale crater and the other places we've landed our rovers and seen. It looks like one big junkyard of old civilization. It looks like Egypt was just chopped up into pieces. And you can see this piece here that seems to be shaped, very well shaped actually, and here it's got some things in front of it, and it's got a lot of the blurring from NASA. If I don't know, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to see. It's easy to see it on my 27-inch screen, but you can see the square blurring on it, like it's hiding something out, as always. But you can't blur. See how it's got the crack in it, and it's just that easy how these things would have been cracked up. And that's why when we see these pieces, that a little part of the piece is perfect. It looks like it has a perfect cut, and the other part is jagged. I think that's why we're looking at it. But this whole little area here is something to be looked at. These are some of the new ones from the rover, and always you're getting some of the nastiness that comes with it, the hiding by NASA. But this is really what I wanted to show you, and this is pretty cool. There's two circles with some sort of bridge right here, and you can see the shadow too, which makes it even more, stand out and say, whoa, that's got to be something man-made or something, not man-made, the Martian-made, whatever you want to call it. Let me see if I can't adjust this here with the exposure, and after this I'll show you where we got it from. And you can see it when I start putting in we darken it out a little bit there. See, there's one of the circles right here, and it comes down and it goes straight up and it connects over here to this other one. And you can actually see the shadow in this. Now let me go ahead and show it to you here. Now don't mind, see how NASA's put their blur to it. Their $2 billion blur is what I want to call it. It drives me nuts. We spent so much money on these rovers, and it's like it drives me nuts. But check this out. This piece right here connects up and over to here, and it comes right there, and you can see the shadow of it right there. So it's there. It's not hidden. This isn't just image artifacts or something along there. Whatever this little contraption is, it's connected, and it's got a piece under it that's got a little bridge type little piece to it. Let me back out and see it, and you can only see that. Like I said, you really got to look to see these things. Now here's the saw right here. You can get it from. Don't worry about looking at this. All you have to do is go to description. In the description, it's going to have it. Let's see if we can't go ahead and step backwards a couple and take a better look at this picture. Now let's do the auto color that I like to do to these, which pretty much makes it look like it's here on our planet. I usually do that. It helps my eyes at least. Let's take a look at some of the stuff over here that's going on. And like I had said earlier, what looks to be a piece that has the blur, has all the usual blurs and stuff like that. See how easy it would have cracked, and now all it needs is one of those windstorms or dust devil to come around, suck some of these up, and just drag it across the planet. And whatever this was, half of it would be here, half of it would be there. And that's why I think we see so much all these shapes and these perfect things, and they look like they're broken. There's pieces missing to them. And it's everywhere, all over Mars. Everywhere we go to find it, we see this. But let's see here. Check this out. Just kind of has shape to it. Nothing major. So the main thing on this I wanted to show you was that bridge-looking thing at the top and this piece right here, because I've been really looking for something that's been cracked up, because it's hard to crack up rocks and stuff like that, and to just strew them about like they were. The cataclysm had to have been huge, enough to shake and crack a lot of stuff, and basically threw stuff everywhere. And like I said, from day one, since the Curiosity rover's been there, that's all we've seen is what looks like rubble. Here you've got some cylindrical type right here. See how it almost looks like a tire sitting up on its just you know, instead of being like it would be on the tire on a vehicle, just laid over, and it's got a blur on it. See the blur right here that gets added to it, and it just annoys me. Is it the computer doing it? Is it a person doing the blur? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sold either way, but something's being done at some point to make it this blur. Um, Let me do one other thing if I can here. Let me do the filter and see if we can sharpen it with the Smart Sharpen. It has seemed to help a little bit in the past. Yeah, when you do that, you do get to kind of see. Okay, here's what I'm talking about the blur. It actually did help pulling out so you can see what they blurred. See how this piece here, okay, it looks like it was all together, like part of a machine or part of something. I say machine, but it could have just been anything. It could have been somebody's front yard for all we know. Well, we don't know what we're really looking at. The technology could be beyond our imagination, or it could be a rock just sitting here. But see, if it was just a rock, why would we get these blur marks? See how this is a perfect sphere right there, and right under it's another one. Here is another one that seems to be actually sitting flush on a a piece that's mounted right here, and then all of a sudden you get these blur marks, and I'll zoom in and hopefully you can see them. This is another sphere just like this. It should extend to here, but it doesn't extend to there because they've decided to blur mark from here to here, and then from here on over to there, which it just drives me insane. Every time more and more I see it and I recognize it, and I'm sure that the subscribers are starting. There's so much of us doing these Mars videos now that I'm sure everybody's starting to actually see what's going on here. If you're new to my channel, go. I've got so many videos in the past. This isn't a smoking gun by any means. This is just what I wanted to, just something that popped up on one of these new saws. I wanted to show you guys that, it's easy to hide this stuff. Now, also, I almost forgot this. This little thing definitely looks like something walking, or a little something, and almost like the one picture of my, the Spirit Rover picture that looks like the guy in stride. Oops. But it does seem to be up and sitting there. The shadow is under it. It's directly under it, which is the same with this shadow right here. And then you got more. I mean, what in the world is this? Look at the color purple of it, how it comes up and down. And I wonder, is this has got to be some sort of plant life or something that's living? It looks like moss almost on some of this stuff. But there it is again, and this is what people call these guys little aliens. They say little aliens are still living there. They were able to survive. That some of the other species couldn't survive, but they went underground and they survived. And like I said, all speculation. Everything I do on my channel is speculation. There's nothing really scientific going on here. All I'm doing is trying to push your boundaries, push your mind a little bit further. And here, I really do. I want to hear what you think. What have I missed here? It looks like I said, this looks like a piece here that was manufactured for something. Even right here, look right here. This has it almost looks like a piece, a connector that you'd nail some. This nail would go here, a nail would go there, and it would connect two boards together. But once again, it's perfect oval, and then you get the little blur tactic to it that kind of cuts off that corner. There should be no blur. There should be no, these pictures you know, it's different place on each one too. So it's not like it's the camera's got a blur line through it. That's not it. You can go to the mass cam on each shot and see a different place it's blurred out. Also, looks like it's got itself a fake horizon. As always, it's like they don't want you to see exactly what's behind us here or what we're looking at. And you can tell this by look when I've added all the stuff. Look at the color that has been whited out. Looks like they've put stuff in, and then you'd think if this was a real line we were looking at that it wouldn't come up straight like this and go down. See the interference right here that comes up over it, and you think that would be uniform with the line itself, not with a straight line like it was done by an algorithm or done on the computer, done by somebody half hastily over there at NASA. um, I don't know how, like I said, and you see, like I get so intrigued with what this stuff is, how it looks like pieces. They look like they connect to each other. They look like a connection, a tube system. Yeah, really, to be honest, it looks like vegetation to me. The more and more I look at it, it looks like some sort of root system. But in this picture, you can see every single blur tactic used, just like in the other ones we've seen a million times. Oh, here's something cool too. Check this out. Here's two identical pieces right here. Now, this is something that I thought was really interesting. Once again, see how it goes up really high and then comes back down. Like, okay, NASA, come on. At least if you're going to do the work, at least do it correctly. Make it go, at least make the skyline the same as the actual line of the land. But check that out. See how it's got this that comes up like that, and it's almost like this is a tray of some sort. It seems to be. There's another one right there next to it. Comes across 90 degrees across, and it looks like it's one piece. Goes up 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 180-degree turn right there, and somehow over here does the same thing. And then up here, let me back up with what I was really interested in. This is also another thing. They kind of look like a cairn or something out there in the distance. And those of you guys who know what a cairn is, if you search my YouTube channel for cairn on Mars, or it's pretty interesting. It's like they're found all over the world. They're just these rocks that have been piled up into these pieces. And this, sure enough, if this doesn't look like rocks that have been piled up, with you can even see the different colors of them in the distance, and it's fairly, let me see here, it's fairly easy to spot, and it looks like it's off a little ways in the distance as well. I mean, because if you're looking at it from here, you barely notice it, but next to it, once again, you've got a very interesting this stuff right here. Well, of course, the stuff that we had found. One more time here, image, and I'm gonna let you guys go. Image, auto color, and that's when you really get the true color of this stuff, which you've got this triangle right here, and then more of these pieces that come up. But the big shebang here that got my attention, I thought, this is pretty interesting, is this. What in the world is this connected? It almost looks like it's a round tubular thing. It's connected here, and it goes up to something, and it goes back down. It's connected right to here. But the most brilliant thing about this is you can see the shadow of it. So it's not just a play of light or trick or something like that. You can actually see the shadow. It's there in living color. Anyway, guys, I'm sure I missed some stuff. That's why I got you guys. Let me know what else you guys see. Also, like I said, this is what I think. At one time this would have been a normal block. It would have been used for something somewhere just like this, and at some point it was cracked. And then we're just lucky we can still see it intact. It hasn't been moved by, Mother Mars. And check this out here. Also another little piece where you see these. They look like they're blurred, or they're blurred out by an actual mask like that, not just something, not just a tool. So that's why I still leaning towards the computer doing it, but who knows? Who really knows what's going on here? I do pray that these are from Mars. So many people come here and say that we're wasting our time as these aren't from Mars, or if this is just from the Mars yard or somewhere in Arizona. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that these are from Mars. Call me naive, call me what you want. I really don't care what you call me. That's one thing that doesn't get to me. The trolls on this channel, you guys come here and you come at me, and half the time I laugh and I think it's hilarious. So, and I just hit ban from channel, and it's pretty easy, So come away, call me what you want. Interesting stuff going on Mars. More and more we look, that's definitely something that's got a lot of symmetry, or a lot of like a geometry to it right there as well. And it's got blur on it, so you're not going to really make that out probably better than that. But it definitely looks like something. Let me back it out, see how big it looks. It's sitting there out on it's sitting there in plain view where you see it. Is there anything down there that looks really interesting? Nothing that I caught. Just a little conical shape there. So, oh yeah, there's something right here I want to show you. This here looked like something, two pieces of some sort of material that's going around something, like piping that would be going around something, and it's about the same size. So take it as you guys will. What's up in the sky 37? My name is Will. whatsupinthesky.com. Thank you guys so much for all your love, all your support, everything you do for me, and everything, all the views you guys give. And keep pushing this forward. Download this picture, put it aside. Keep pushing the issues here, guys. Share this stuff online. Talk to your friends about it. Um, and that's because that's what we're here for. We're here for the dialogue. What is this stuff and what's going on? So I'll leave you with this. Much love. Peace.